Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and Kenan Memorial Stadium, home of the North Carolina Tar Heels, and basketball may be in the blood, but football is certainly in the soul. Today, a couple of teams getting set to square off in an ACC battle. As we'll see, the Miami Hurricanes taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Hurricanes will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That's the kind of play that energizes the entire team. 96 yards, he took it back for the touchdown. They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Hurricane offense makes its way onto the field to start this game. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
Yeah, and it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Now facing a 3rd and long. They go to the draw. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Canes will send out the punt unit. Blocked! The heat got to him. He's got it and going the other way. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, North Carolina!
And you got to get penetration right away on these punt blocks. They get penetration, get in the backfield, get right in the punter's lap, get their hands on it, and then guess what? Now it's a live football. They scoop it up. They take it all the way back to the house.
And he made the extra point without problem. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Williams looking for a man. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They're going to throw it again. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. The Canes are moving quickly down the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 35, he's got room. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. And the Canes want to move quickly.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time, they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and attack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
To the ground with the back. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the running back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Williams will pass. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Miami! You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play, you line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown? Oh, Methuselah.
The Tar Heels offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. Pocket starts to collapse. Setting up the screen. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
The number one goal as a defense is try to hit the QB as many times as possible. Try to rattle him, try to get him flustered a little bit. Nice job getting there, getting the hit on him, but nice job of executing by the quarterback. Taking the hit, delivering the strike.
Gets it out quickly. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. First down to start the drive after the break. To the ground. He's got it again. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Scanning the field. It's Harrell. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, UNC.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here and make something happen on this side of the field.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually get to the quarterback and make the hit, but he was able to still swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tar Heel. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does, takes advantage of great field position.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Central Michigan needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Mount Pleasant behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Kent State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Definitely keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. After not getting a thing done on 1st down, it's 2nd and long from the 24. It's a draw. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you're going to fly upfield every single play. We'll sneak right behind you and get some yards.
And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They need the 40 to convert here on 3rd down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll try to pop the draw. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Line gets set, first down. Give to the single back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it's been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good, build maybe a little bit of momentum, so next week we play a little bit better football.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Williams looking for a man. Pressure, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. The Hurricanes send out the punt unit. Hopes this one turns out a little better. Had the other one blocked. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Off play action. He put some heat on that one down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. Oh, he gave him the dead leg. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half. And listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking for a man, it's Harrell. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable. And the Tar Heels will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on second down. Snagged in the middle, it's Johnson. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to go deep. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina.
This guy is officially a problem. His second receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, too. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Williams will pass. He's got his man. Shakes off a tackler. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the second half. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half is the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. And he intercepts it. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Huge play, puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run, then you open it up for the passing game.
Now the toss. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. Touchdown, UNC! And the stomping has commenced.
It gets closer and closer to the end zone right here. You know what's coming as a defense. The offense has to be physical, and they were. And the back knew exactly what he had to get 6.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Central Michigan needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there in Mount Pleasant behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 13 to Kent State.
Off the play fake on first down.
Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final.
Well, the offense is trying to make it look like runs, so they play fake, and the tight end, he comes right out of his stance, vertical downfield, gets one-on-one with a much smaller DB, and is able to make the catch for a big game.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Williams looking for a man. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And the Canes line up to punt it away. Now, don't forget, I'm sure he hasn't. He had one blocked earlier. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Going over the top. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles, and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Here comes the option. Now the toss. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting 1st downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. What a good run there. He has enough for the 1st down. He's now up to 71 yards on the ground, and what a season he's having. It's almost certainly going to be a 1,000-yard campaign. They'll throw it on 1st down. The quick out. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Tar Heels looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. The give to the back. Made a little something out of that run. He picked up a couple down to the 14. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to power their way ahead. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tar Heels! And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns, and you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score.
14.
He'll return it. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Dumps it to the back. Grab near the marker is Fletcher. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Quickly out to the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Canes are on the move. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. He's got his man. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. And the Canes come to the line with a new set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Working the middle, it's complete. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make...
Fires toward the end zone. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats and get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Quick toss. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. The give as they work on that clock. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. He's up to 94 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. That kind of pickup on 1st down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Tar Heels will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. You're quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. This is what an elite team does. They know